traders, it's Danielle. Welcome to the Simpler Options free video for the night of November 21st, 2018. So today we're going to be talking about a potential short squeeze, which would really just be a rally back to the mean that could come in potentially Friday, potentially Monday. But I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, how it could possibly set up, and why we would trade it. Now, first of all, why are we looking for a potential short squeeze? Well, we have a high put-call ratio. We also have the fact that after all the selling that we've seen this week, we're getting pretty oversold on some of our key stocks and indexes. And we're also seeing slight buy triggers off the bottom. So, I mean, it's not really at the moment where, I know I need to buy it. It's just kind of a hint of this may be coming through. And potentially, if we do gap up Friday morning and are strong out of the gates, then I think that a wide variety of things could happen. Mainly the fact that since there are a lot of shorts out there, if we start trading higher, we'll see covering, which would then push prices up higher. So, how do we recognize that on the charts, and where do we look to trade it? Let's look at the charts, and I'll see you in that segment.
Alright, so looking at the charts here, I mean, obviously we're in a downtrend, not looking so hot in any way, shape, or form. However, what happens is markets can't go straight up or straight down. So after we've had a lot of downwards movement, honestly, since the day after midterms, it just opens up the door for a possibility of a short covering rally. So why do I think it's coming soon? And it might not be Friday, it might be Monday, but the main reason is because we're getting pretty oversold with this ready aim fire, and also because the lows from yesterday held. So the lows from yesterday held, we're getting oversold. If we go to our lower time frame charts, we can see that we have an oversold buy down here that came in yesterday. And also we have a 15-minute moving average cross. But if we go to our higher time frame, we do actually have a 30-minute moving average cross, and we have a 30-minute squeeze setting up. So, it's possible that it's entirely possible that this squeeze will fire to the downside and take out the lows, but that's why we watch for our triggers on an intraday basis to see if this is setting up. So what would I need to see? Well, first of all, we need some of the larger NASDAQ components to cooperate. And if anyone's going to cooperate, I think it's going to be Microsoft. Why Microsoft? Well, Microsoft was up on the day. The reversal signals are a little bit stronger here. You can see the reversal signal here. You can see the reversal signal here. And we have a squeeze. Okay, so out of the FANG stocks, I actually think that I actually do think that Microsoft is the strongest, even though it's not technically in FANG. But, I mean, if you look across the board and you look at the trends, you've got Facebook's trading down, Apple. I mean, there's no strength in that whatsoever. Amazon, and you know how much I love Amazon, but it's just not showing the strength coming through. So if there's a potential short squeeze, what do I want to trade? I want to trade Microsoft because I think it's the stronger of the bunch. I think it has a daily squeeze. I think that if the NASDAQ is going to trade higher and if Microsoft is going to go higher, I think Microsoft is going to be the ship to jump on. So what would it look like if we got a short squeeze? Well, this morning I thought it might have come through, but it faltered. So today is a pretty good example of a day of a faltering short squeeze. So what did it look like? Well, first thing in the morning, we opened up, we had about plus 1,000 tick readings. And this is something that if you're not in our trading room, I mean, we do this every day in our trading room. But what that means was there was a lot of buying pressure first thing in the morning. So buyers were coming in. You could see that this popped, boom, like that. But what happened was it faltered. So you had some resistance areas. These are Darvis boxes from Raghee. Darvis boxes, and you can see that price came right up here and it faltered. It couldn't make it through. So that is not indicative of a continuation short squeeze. That was honestly just a tiny little short covering pop. What I'm looking for is something a lot stronger. So you would basically see at market open, you know, plus 1,000 ticks, that continued on and that stayed above the plus 600 range. And you want to see this stair step pattern. So you see how this pattern switches right here? You see how we're red, you're in a downtrend. Okay, right here the switch happens. You have a green candle, you then have candles that are printing above your moving averages instead of below, and you're trading higher in a stair step fashion. So if that's going to happen on Friday, right, if this is going to potentially gap up overnight, and then you get continued buying, not just, because this was today, right? This is buying and then it falters, buying, falters. You know, it's not really going to give you a short squeeze. You need to see buying that breaks out above the previous highs, and then you need to see continued plus 600, plus 800, plus 1,000 tick readings. And you need to see some of those key stocks cooperating. You need to see a reversal off of the lows. Something like Google. So you can see that you got a low in play, you got a moving average cross, you've got a switch here. All of that is indicative of a reversal. Now, keep in mind, the short squeeze does not change the direction of the overall trend. It's really just a day trade or maybe 2-day trade where you can trade the rally back to the mean and see if that is going to falter up at the mean. So I'd keep an eye on Google, I'd keep an eye on Microsoft. Honestly, I think Apple's a little bit too news driven to mess with it right now. Facebook and Netflix are downtrends. So if you're going to trade anything to the upside, stick with Google, Amazon, Microsoft. And beyond that, join us in the trading room and we'll see how it plays out on Friday morning. I'll be there walking you through it.
All right, so now you know what to look for in case the short squeeze sets up. I will be there with you bright and early on Friday morning to look for it, if at all possible. So I hope everyone has a very happy Thanksgiving. Do you have anything to say?
Happy Thanksgiving. Can we get a short squeeze, please?
Can we get a short squeeze, please? All right. Well, I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. Make sure you check out those Black Friday sales. Go to simplertrading.com/store to check out the sales. And also, if you feel like watching Fox News on Friday, or no, I'm sorry, on Thursday during Thanksgiving, I will be on the show Your World with actually Charles Payne, but normally with Nick Fudo. So, I will see you there. Smile, Leo.